June 17, 2024, Durango Dank here. Will I am Rangel. YouTube handled by Durango Dank. Guy thinks he's a king. You know, there's one thing to have blessings in your life, and it's another to be blessed. And I've battled people, folks, my years. And it's these battle experiences that I use and I can turn into meta tags. So when I talk to somebody that's acting obtuse or kind of like a jackass, but you're willing to listen to them because you're trying to believe that what they're telling you, I'm not looking for the best. I'm looking for people that are going to do what they say they're going to do. And when you're a lawyer and you don't do what you say you're going to do, you get indexed that way. When you get inquiries off the internet and you have a knowledge panel, business knowledge panel on the side, those reviews are everything. And they can't be used for hate. They can't be used for anything other than, did you do business with them or not? Okay? And I called them. I saw them at the Super Bowl. I saw it on the Super Bowl, the ad. I saw their ads. I'm like, wow, these guys have a lot of money to be spending money like that. And then it came up on my Google search for an attorney, because I do this every once in a while because I got 3 years before it runs out. And because it's Progressive Insurance, those people are tools, man. I would never have Progressive Insurance if they gave it to me for free. No, I would. But you know what I mean. And so what I do is I don't really communicate to the public as much as I communicate and build layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of language modeled content that includes now text, emails, MP3, MP4, documents. It's amazing now that the voice is the new latent print. And everyone, not the judges, everyone, the president, everyone, all the secret services, everyone, unless they're on a secret, but intranet or intercellular type of controlling towers that they own. So it's separate. So if the grid gets banked down, they all have their own ways to communicate, as they should. But when you think about my content is based off of, we're the throw before the toss. When you think about a pitcher and you think about all the moves that pitcher has to make to toss the ball, soon as that ball leaves its fingers, and the fingers could be doing other things, pushing the ball out, twisting it, just the flick of the fingers. That's how much some of these pitchers have control when they throw the ball. They're so focused that they know that there's a freaking fly on the ball. So, with that said, I aggressively called early in the morning. It was like 5 or so. Don't hold me to that. And but it was early in the morning. And their answering service picked it up, came up as spam all the other times. This was a different number. I don't answer spam. So when I tell the company that I called that the number comes up as spam, they need to make those adjustments. And you make those adjustments by your business listings. Anyway, so I told the lady, listen, hey, go ahead and just hook me up with somebody during regular business hours, and I'm good with that. Okay, the fact that you answer the phone just blows me away. I'm a developer. I'm a Google developer, and that's just amazing. And I'm indexing you right now, just to let you know. And I need a lawyer. And so we agreed. And a few hours later, I get a call, and it's an attorney. And she's telling me, blah 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 blah. Let me get to the office, and I'll call you right away. About yada, yada, yada. I got her phone number. I got her voice recorded. That's identification right there, folks. voice latent print, and the phone number that they dialed in on. People have no clue, especially lawyers. Lawyers have absolute authority over the internet because of law, their degrees. Doctors have it in their industries. That's why you get a double certificate guy, and wow, they're very powerful. And depending on what your merits and abilities are, and how they can be turned into meta tags to make up your meta descriptions, this is all relevant. And people that are really good on Instagram aren't good at other things. And what have they done in their life? Where do they fit in? Well, the lawyer never called me back. I get a call from William the Great, which he isn't. As soon as I heard his voice, folks, it was like nails on a chalkboard. That's how I heard it. All right? I don't like my voice, but his voice, I heard it. I heard it, and that's what I do. I index people's voices and I pattern match it to public content. Is that amazing? And I learned it from someone called Google, and everybody can do it, and everybody's learning to do it. And they're learning to shut down all the group selfies and the selfie, like this guy's all about. Anyways, he called me. Didn't identify himself. I thought it was a lawyer. I was thinking, wow, what happened to the girl? She could have at least called me back and gave me a heads up. Hey, I passed it on to somebody else. No. She was like, oh, I got enough information. Fuck him. And then didn't call me back, and then I get Mr. Magoo. I get Mr. fucking Magoo. If you think I'm kidding, folks, there it is. And see, what happened is I thought he was an attorney. Maybe I should have asked. Maybe he should have introduced himself. But since I was already expecting a call from an attorney, I just assumed. And you know what happens when you assume? It makes an ass out of you and me. And I don't like to be made an ass. So, and the other thing where people don't realize that the future of people who make money off of, asset protection, wrongful death, personal injury, people in those industries, accountants, any of those people that flaunt their wealth, and just show pictures of themselves, which is a slight of narcissism. And there is no narcissism in lawyers anymore. In other words, they should have their cases up there. They should create content that looks like their cases and where they are, because they're in the highest authority location that you could possibly be. And there's changes within those halls of justice that need to change, like the cell phones being brought into the phones, the text messages that go on during court with other people that might be in the courtroom telling other, and they're all blind to it because they're lawyers and they think they're gods. Even though Steve, I call him a Greek god, and because he looks like a Greek god, and it's really weird because right now, in the movie industry, they're looking for the next Perry Mason. He's it. He is it. And so you say, well, if they're producers and directors, and go, well, how do you know this, Mr. Durango Dank? And I did a long search, because that's what I do, baby. Long. I own all the words and all my titles and all my labels and all my phrases and all my descriptions for the last 18 years. Going to be 18 in October 10, 2024. And so it's these experiences that I have that outrank others in the marketing industry like me. I've created ecosystem platforms that crushes, I'm telling you, crushes industries. It'll disrupt them. But we have to replace it with content for the betterment of whatever industry we're disrupting. And they're all disrupting themselves by not doing the right thing. And so when Rangel got on the phone with me, he was asking me these questions that either a paralegal and or a licensed attorney would be asking. Why the fuck am I telling Mr. Magoo? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not calling names. What I did is I created an avatar. I have to name it. You guys, oh, he's calling names. Oh man, America's turned into a big. You heard me? Man, you guys got to go listen to a song called "Pop That Pussy." Anyways, that's under Circus of a Lifetime by Vitruvian Man, which is my voice. But that's a different story. May the Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, rest in peace. We had a Super Bowl song that was supposed to be released. It was released, but nothing happened because Kobe Bryant, one of the biggest mega athletes and fathers and husbands of the world. I mean, that family was the epitome of a love family. Everybody has problems, believe me. But the unit that they had is that was an awakening call for everybody. I did some algorithms and I was wrecked for like 2 days, folks. 2 days. I got an album come out, gonna go to the Super Bowl, Circus of a Lifetime album dropped, and it was shattered. Not with just anybody, but we lost our Get the Loot, who's got number 9 song on there. He died of COVID. And where do you think he got the COVID? From me. And I got it when we were doing the Super Bowl video on February 18th. I know exactly where I was. I know exactly who gave it to me. And I even remember when he sneezed. I was, come on, cover it up. And the 2 people next to him had masks on their face. And I remember thinking right then, why are they wearing masks? They're not in China. These are the things that I can do, folks, that it scares most people. It doesn't scare the Latinos or blacks, but it scares the whites. And these are the things, and when I say the whites, I was adopted in a white family, so put your racism away. I've seen more bigots and racists in my entire life than I needed to see. And I can't help it. The way when you see me and you talk to me, and then you meet me, you're like, wow, you're not even, what'd you expect? I don't know, like some guy with blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah, so my dad told me I was an Irishman by proxy until you see me. But my dad worked hard, adopted 7 children, man. But anyways, so when you look down at all this stuff, and you look at Mr. Magoo, and what I asked him is, hey, what do you do for the firm? Because he was just asking too much questions. It didn't concern him. Where's my privacy? I'm talking to a fucking Mr. Magoo, the marketing guy. That's his digital name. That's his avatar, Mr. Magoo. So I'm working with this guy, Mr. Magoo, and he says, well, here's what I'm going to do. You go ahead and send me that Progressive Insurance, blah, blah, blah. Send me what you got, and I'll get it to my people or whatever he said. I don't remember, but it was something like that. And see, the thing I don't remember, I can pull it up from the cloud with a subpoena. I can pull up every single person that he's talked, and if he thinks he deleted it, or if he thinks that he's on a secret server. Anybody that's on a secret server, if you're not in the government, you're being tagged, man. You're being observed and you're being indexed, and you need to stop. Because when Homeland Security moves in, believe me, folks, I know. When a government agency moves in, they move in fast, swift, and to the point. And you want to do whatever they tell you to do. And they do it before they tell you to do it. For me, I just fall on my face, spread eagle, all my arms, everything. I'm flattened. These are the things we're not teaching our kids when you get approached by a federal agent, state agent, or city, county, law enforcement, sheriffs. This is why our country's fucked up, because they're all too busy trying to appease the voters that want this. I don't get it, but AI does. And so, anyways, when this guy, Mr. Magoo, William the King, okay, just look at him, man, narcissist. Who is it? He's the marketing guy. Oh, I'm gonna get my picture with this guy. He's got something in his hand, right? Oh, I'm gonna stand next to the guy and point him. And, oh, wow, who's that with a hat, sunglasses, and a beard? Well, I know who that is. What does that have to do with anything? So these are the things that, when you look at the top part right here, missing. See, I have things on my Google dashboard that most people don't. Missing. Because I pattern matched his voice. So he can't run. He can't hide. There's nothing he can point to. There's nothing that he can do to, well, actually, he can call me and say he's sorry and that he's never going to talk to. When they say client services, okay, he can talk about how a client is dealing with it. And you know what? Another thing, too, I kept pushing the indexing and all that because I was really blown away. I thought for sure Google gives me these lawyers. And this is why, you look and you go, God, why isn't anybody acting? He's not getting a lawyer? Because these people follow everybody, folks, all these lawyers. And see, they have no clue. For me to try to collect on a situation that I'm just going to end up collecting on without a lawyer, because this is what I do. But I try to give you need a lawyer, but when no lawyers will help you because your case is too small, they should tell you. I gave this guy a way out. I said, dude, I know this case, my medical's only $4,000. Oh, no, bruh. Okay. And then what happens? I send him the stuff. I sent him the text message that I sent him the stuff when he sent me his email. Nothing. Mr. Magoo goes dark. And so I say to Mr. Magoo, you're done. Your career is over because everything you do now is pattern matched. And I believe you were acting like you were a lawyer because you got too many pictures here that doesn't tell you your idea of who is this? Oh, see, here you would think he was a lawyer. See, he's tagging himself with all the lawyer stuff because he's the marketing guy. But he needs to put that in his pictures, but he doesn't. And this is what's going to sink him. Because he has to go back now and put all who's in the image and what it is. Because right now it's just narcissist. And it's all Instagram. So, look at that. Grateful for all the blessings of mine. There's one thing to have blessings, there's another to be blessed. And when you think about this right here, YouTube handle, Durango, Dank. And I'm not even writing in first person. This is a verified avatar. I have 80 of them, William. Will I am. So we'll see if Steve calls. We'll see, because what happens, folks, whatever they're doing and they're conspiring in the back about whatever it is they're doing, that's exactly what they're going to be indexed for. And all the advertising and everything that he does is going to be flipped to us. This is called nano power. This is where you're absorbing any of the advertising, anything that they say in regards to who they are and what they do. And they've already had a complaint to where they had to pay $1,500 for non-attorneys doing attorneys' businesses. Now, with that said, if I had to guess, just because who Steve is, I would think that he doesn't know. Just like with the $1,500 that they had to pay. You can look it up. They got sanctioned. And that he would learn and they would tighten it up. But when you got some of your high-end people, director of client services, acting like he's an attorney, and I have the recording, you could hear it, and I have it in the cloud. That's what I really want. I want to get a subpoena. I want to see how far they're going to take this. So we're going to get a subpoena. And I'm going to find out everything that he said anywhere, around wherever he had that phone, whoever you called, Mr. Magoo, You don't know this, and Steve don't know this. But I can pull content from your cloud. I know exactly where to go. I know exactly what to do. And I'll get an attorney to do exactly what I tell him to do. And if he don't do it, I'll do it myself. Because I have a history of it. And see, for me, I don't need to even take it to court. I just need the proof so I can digitize it. See, there's more ways to get nano power and suck it dry from guys like Mr. Magoo, because we're the throw before the toss. And obviously it's something he's never really learned or thought about.